What is up, everybody? Welcome to Multipass to Paradise channel. We want to thank you so much for clicking and checking us out. We want to welcome you to the podcast, and it's called the Gruesome Element. I am your co-host, Majin Drew. Along with me, my better half, my other half. Give it up for Mr.
Eddie Gein.
Eddie Gein, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. How you been doing, bro?
Honestly, Eddie, I've just been drinking a lot.
Just a lot of...
Ever since DMV went under, I just spent all my days drinking.
Hell yeah. Just like the DMV, we're always waiting in line.
So this is a new channel. It's called
Multipass to Paradise.
And this is the Gruesome Element podcast. We actually have plans for a lot of segments in this channel.
But anyways, I want you to introduce our alter egos. You may know him from the past. I am Majin Drew. Mr.
Eddie Gein.
Eddie Gein himself. He doesn't skin you, but he'll eat you alive, ladies. He's single. Mr. Eddie Gein, let's get into what we're going to be talking about today. This is the first episode, the pilot episode, man. So guys, this is what we're going to be doing with the show. We're going to be talking about pop culture in general. By what I mean by pop culture is that nowadays, like, I look at movies and TV, and it is just fucking horrible, bro. Like, I seriously, the only shows that I'll be watching right now on TV, The Flash. The whole Arrowverse, bro. Which I saw the whole Infinite Crisis. Fucking, I cried in tears.
Honestly, I haven't been watching any show. I guess you can count Supernatural in there, because they still show it on TV.
How many seasons has that bitch up been?
15.
15 fucking seasons?
Yeah, I've been watching it on Netflix, though.
Wait. Did it surpass The Simpsons?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think Simpsons is like 19 or 20 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, hey guys, if you know how many seasons The Simpsons is, I wish we can go right now and look it up, but that would just make us look shitty. But if you know what it is, go down to the comment down below and let us know how many seasons The Simpsons have.
I mean, it stopped being good after like season 10 anyway, so.
Just like, you know what, I feel like Family Guy was the same way.
Yeah.
Family Guy and American Dad, I think American Dad ended where it should have.
Yep.
And then the Cleveland show should have ended where it should have too. Like I was saying, this channel is basically like kind of our little news clips and just our segments of like what movies, games we like so much. And it so happens to be is that you may recognize this from another show. What's that show called again? I think it was very famous. You may recognize from the podcast Death and Vengeance with our good friend, Mr. Johnny Depp.
Rest in peace.
Rust in peace, actually. No, he's alive. People don't try to go find his gravestone. You won't find it. Yeah, he's actually been on a hiatus for a while. And
yeah, I don't know. We should probably talk about it because he might do a video about it on the other channel, which we'll plug it down in the link.
Yeah, so also you can also check out our old episodes too. They're still up, right?
Yeah, they're still up.
Yeah, so you can check those episodes out. And this is actually so. Let's go into what we've been doing on the hiatus of Death and Vengeance.
The isolation hiatus?
Oh god, dude, this fucking isolation. It's actually been almost a year since we hung out together, right?
Since
October. Wasn't it October?
Avengers?
Yeah, Endgame, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it was like October was our last time that we... Damn, it's almost been a year, bro.
Anyways, you were saying, like, pretty much what I've been doing is I've been chilling with my movie projector. I've gotten speakers for it, and like I have a little mount for it and everything. It's pretty pimp. I have a projector screen, and I just watched Netflix like all through that whole isolation period, which was almost like 2 months.
For real, bro. Damn. And on Netflix, like, are you just going by random, or are you just going by genre on like movies?
I don't really watch movies. I think I rewatched a lot of anime. I rewatched Parasite. I rewatched some Hunter x Hunter. I started One Piece.
Oh yeah? You started One Piece?
I'm like episode 10 or something, so I haven't really gotten too far ahead in it, but it's been pretty good. I did watch Django Unchained on Netflix.
Oh,
and that movie it's something.
It's controversial, bro.
I really liked that movie. It was really good.
I think it says the N-word more than Blazing Saddles. Yeah, because Blazing Saddles got a lot of trouble for saying the N-word a crap lot. Now, seeing Django Unchained, it's just like, wow.
Yeah, but other than that, also, my computer died.
No shit, what happened?
So, like, the motherboard fried up. I think maybe it's the power supply issues or something, but me and my brother, he helped me build a new PC.
Oh,
so
real?
I might show a picture of it on the screen right now or something. Yeah, so we built it pretty much like a whole brand new computer. I think the only thing in there that's still old is the graphics card and the power supply, which I'm getting a new one right now, but like since all the parts are in China, it's hard to get parts right now for computers.
Oh yeah, because during this whole isolation period, a lot of stuff that we always had is from China.
Yeah.
And, you know, with this whole isolation, it's hard for us to get stuff, especially people who are on Wish and order shit. It's hard to get it from Japan and China.
So you can't get that
Dragon Ball Z dildo?
Yeah. So what about you? What have you been doing?
Honestly, I've been trying not to have cabin fever, bro. It's fucking hard. There's like nights where I don't sleep, and especially with my job, I have to do a graveyard shift. That's from 10:30 at night to 7 a.m. in the morning, and it's kind of hard because I started losing my days, started losing the hours, I started losing track of sleep, and my girlfriend can tell you like how fucking crazy I've been going. But I've been watching a lot of movies. Like I was telling you earlier, I actually watched the whole Crisis on Infinite Earth.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, I fucking bawled tears, bro. I fucking bawled tears.
I don't know, a lot of people were talking shit about it.
You know what? This is what I don't like about pop culture now, and this is why we're making this channel. Nowadays, superhero movies were never being made because they were always the second degree to the side. Nowadays, since you have like the Marvels, DC coming out with new stuff, all that, like you see comic book coming to life again, people are being little bitches about it and saying, oh, well, you didn't do Superman right. Or they were bitching, I don't know if you remember when Man of Steel came out, they were bitching that Superman didn't have the red booty tights, dude. Are you fucking serious? Like, come on, you get to see his dick. Do you really need to see it in red? Like, are you that close to wanting getting crabs? That's what pisses me off. But, you know, other than that, I've been watching shows. I've been watching this show called 911 Ghost Stories. So this is fucking cool.
And that's on
this is on Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah?
I have since with my cell phone company, I get Amazon Prime for free. And so I've been watching the show, and it's awesome. It's like people who get 911 calls of ghosts that are calling them to help people or like some scary ass shit.
So I'm guessing this is not like a real series, it's just like a...
No, it's actually, it has like 4 seasons. Like, I couldn't believe it went for 4 seasons. But yeah, it's actually real. Like, I was reading the stories, and then I would research about it, and I was like, holy shit, this shit is real. But, you know, that's the fucking, like you said, supernatural world. But anyways, other than that, I've been, you know, just kicking back. I've been trying to write again. I definitely came into writer's block not too long ago. I had told him and our good friend Johnny V that I want to write a horror novel series, and I want it to be as gruesome as it gets. And that series was going to be called Into the Black. And the reason is because, like, I wanted to go... I don't know, did you ever see Firefly?
No. I know about it, though.
Yeah, so in the show, there's these things called reavers.
Yeah.
And how they describe them, they were men who floated up to the edge of space and went mad and started modifying their body, cutting up their body.
Pretty much like boards from Star Trek?
Something like that, but they're more animalistic.
Okay.
But it's a real good thing. If you haven't seen Firefly, check it out. Also check out Serenity. Good fucking show and series. I don't know why they canceled after 1 season. But anyways, you know, that actually gets me into our next segment, man. Movies, motherfucker. Now, Mr. Gein, let me know, what are the top 5 movies that you've been watching during this whole isolation period?
So like I said, I did watch Django Unchained, but I wanted to focus on like older nostalgic movies because, I don't know, it just like made me smile whenever I was watching those. So I watched Bill and Ted.
Which one?
I watched both of them.
Okay, so you watched the series.
Yeah, because at the time of this recording, they had just released a trailer for Bill and Ted 3, so I wanted to rewatch the series.
So that way you can get caught up.
Yeah, because I watched them a couple of times as I was younger. Sometimes in Spanish on Telemundo.
I remember you told me that you saw Godzilla on there in Spanish.
Yeah, Godzilla 2000 with Matthew Broderick.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure. Came out in 1989. Directed by Stephen Herrick. In return for the sequel, which kind of bummed me out because I did like the first one than the second one.
The first, you know what? The first one did have this kind of nostalgic feeling of like bringing back classic characters from literature, Napoleon, Joan of Arc.
I've always been kind of like a history buff. Well, not anymore because I've like drank my brain cells away. But back in the day, I used to like a lot of history stuff. Yeah, this movie like brings you back to the Old West. It brings you Billy the Kid, Socrates, in Greek,
Socrates.
It's Socrates.
I like Napoleon in that movie because
yeah, I just wish they would have shown him more because like he's kind of isolated from like what they're doing because they leave him in the past and they're kind of like doing their own thing. He doesn't really play into it until like towards the end. I watched the first one, then the second one. I remember liking the second one better than the first one, but this time around I didn't like the second one as much. I don't know, like the supernatural element, like kind of it didn't do it for me this time.
Like how they went to hell, like
Beelzebub, like let us go.
Death. I love when they were playing with death, dude. The whole fucking time.
Death it's what makes the movie.
Yeah, right. And then I heard he's coming back for the third one.
Yeah, they show him in the trailer for the third one.
Damn.
I just hope the Melvin comes back.
Oh my God, no! Not Melvin, bro. That fucking hairy ass.
No, his name was what was his name? Stanton or something like that.
Something like that.
The hairy alien thing.
Yeah. Well, remember there were two, and then they went to one.
Yeah, they merged.
Yeah. But what other movies have you been checking out, man?
I also watched the Evil Dead series again.
Hey, all the way to Army of Darkness?
Yeah, so I rewatched the first one, but I'm not even gonna talk about that one because Evil Dead 2 kind of like reboots it in a way.
Yeah, it kind of revamps the whole movie.
Yeah, so you don't even have to watch the first one, honestly. You can just skip it. I mean, it's still good to watch because like the practical effects are pretty good. Directed by Sam Raimi. Yeah, the second one was really good. It introduced like more lore into it this time around. With I think you actually get the professor's name this time.
And then like more into the Necronomicon.
The Necronomicon and how it works, like especially like towards the ending they like reveal like not only can you summon like the evil, you can also take it away, and that's how it leads into Army of Darkness, because they use that spell to take the evil back, I guess.
Yeah.
And then he gets trapped in that wormhole and then sent back to the Middle Ages.
Which my favorite fucking part of that movie, dude, is when he goes to the graveyard, flop to, and I'm wrong.
What? Did you say it? It's like, oh, more or less.
Freaking ass, dude.
Not every single word, but more.
Bruce Campbell had some good one-liners through the whole series. You know that, right? I mean, yeah. He had some good ones.
This is my boomstick. That's probably my favorite part.
I like when the witch at the end of when he's back at the S Mart, the witch comes out. Hey, she bitch. Groovy.
You know there's two endings for that, right?
Yeah, like there's I don't think I got to see the second one. The second ending of that.
So the second ending, so at the end the magician, he tells Ash, you have to drink exactly I think it was 7 drops and recite the spell or something, and so they trap him in a cave because the drops, what it does, is going to make him fall asleep for like until he reaches his own time.
Really?
Yeah, and so he drinks 7 drops, and then like a boulder comes down, like, and he accidentally takes another drop, and then he recites the spell, and then he wakes up further in time than what he originally planned to wake up in.
Is that like leading into the series?
It was supposed to lead into like part 3.
Oh really?
Yeah, so he's supposed to wake up into like the future, and like the future's all like fucked up, and like you see like like Big Ben and like everything all destroyed.
No shit.
Yeah.
So post-apocalyptic.
Yeah. So we're supposed to do that, but I guess like I think Universal Studios it was directed under. It was produced under. They thought it was too like negative, and they rewrote it to this S-Mark scene. Alright, so let me just go into the last one. So I watched Silence of the Lambs. I just finished yesterday.
Oh my god, bro. My movie.
I don't even know what to say about it. There's too much to say about it. I've rewatched it so many times. What do you have to say about it?
Man, you know what? That has to be a segment on its own. Like, that has to be its own episode.
I think you're right. I think we have to do like a whole episode about Silence of the Lambs because there's too much to say about it.
And plus, it's such an iconic film for the 90s. It started the 90s the right way, dude. But you know what? If you want to see that episode of Silence of the Lambs, just make sure you go down below and give us a comment saying yes or thumbs up. But you know what, man? Since we've been talking about movies, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised that you got all this information of directors and fucking studios.
Yeah, I got the directors and studios and stuff, but I didn't incorporate it because I'm retarded.
Well, actually, you know, I'm gonna go with number 5. Number 5 is gonna be one of my favorites, Gattaca. Came out in 1997 with Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman, and it's directed and written by Andrew Niccol. So if you don't know any other movie, you might remember The Terminal with Tom Hanks. He was in a terminal the whole time, like, because he's a citizen from another country, and they couldn't let him go outside.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Alright, and then also In Time with Justin Timberlake and Amanda Seyfried. That I know Andrew Niccol has said that's the bastard child of Gattaca. You need to check out this movie because it's actually really good. It's actually talking about what's going on with this world now, man. Because it goes into a dystopian future where you don't have to get by on race or color or gender. You get by on your DNA, man. So people like us, we would consider God births. And people back then, then in that show, they're all genetically enhanced. So they're genetically engineered children. And that's why, you know, they call the people who are God births degenerates. And you have this guy, Ethan Hawke. He gets into one of the space shuttles that he wants to work at. And then, you know, he's hiding for years and years. And then he finally gets to go up to space. And then, you know, drama just happens, bro. You gotta check it out.
This is a sci-fi movie, man.
Yeah, it's a very fucking good sci-fi. And it's actually where Ethan Hawke married Uma Thurman. And that's when they had their child, which, if you check out, their kid just looks like both of them together, man. It's a good movie. You gotta check it out. I'll probably let you borrow here and there. Also, my number 4 movie, Candyman. Alright, because
Sweets to the sweet.
Yeah. Separate from flesh. I love Tony Todd, bro. The first movie of Tony Todd's, written by the one and only Clive Barker. It was originally called, I think, The Unforgiven, something like that. But it's actually a real good movie. You know what? I find it to be a love story. Like, how many horror movies do you know have like such a love story in it? Like between the villain and the victim, which is, I don't know if you know, it's called Stockholm Syndrome. But y'all need to check out Candyman. Pretty good. Tony Todd, first movie he ever did. We all know him from all his horror movies that he's done. He's an icon. He did the Final Destination series. He was in the second one. He was the Undertaker.
Oh, okay.
And then he came out on Transformers 2, Revenge of the Fallen. He was the Fallen, of course. But he also did a TV series called Chuck. I don't know if you remember Chuck.
I remember Chuck.
Yeah, he was on there. So I think he only did 1 season on that. And it's a real good movie. I find it to be kind of like a romance movie. A date night movie? Well, if you want to scare the crap out of your girl, then go for it. It should be a romance movie. It should be in the romance section. Like, just to be up scared. Oh, look. We have Sweet Home Alabama, Clueless, Candyman.
What's this doing here?
But let's go on. The third movie I've been watching, the Prophecy series. I don't know if you've seen that, but with Christopher Walken.
Yeah, I've seen the title thing on like Crackle and stuff like that, but I've never watched it.
And honest truth, I started watching it because I was a real Catholic back then. I was a real hardcore Catholic back then, and I saw it as a church movie. Honest truth. Yeah, because it has to deal with angels fighting angels. And to me, I thought that was like That's fucking.
See, that's something I would like to see actually. You
Yeah.
have it on DVD or anything?
Yeah, I have all 3 movies on DVD. There's actually 6 movies, but the first 3 are with Christopher Walken.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
But it's actually a real good series. It stars Elias Cortez, and he you know what movie came off doing that one? Casey Jones.
Oh yeah.
Teenage Ninja Turtles, dude, the first live action movies. But anyways, let's move on. The second movie I've been watching is called Airborne, man. And I know you haven't seen this, but this is my nostalgia as a kid. And it has to deal with nothing but roller skating.
Oh, I know you like roller skating.
Well, you know, I gotta get down and dirty for my daddy. But it stars Mr. Seth Green himself, the young version, red hair, long Seth Green, Jack Black. And you know what his name is in the movie? Augustus de la Parra. But it's actually a real good movie. I like it because it was something that, you gotta remember, in the 90s, they got away with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And so this movie got away with a lot of stuff. And it's actually pretty good. If you want to watch it, I'll let you watch it. But you have to watch it. It's just very nostalgic for me. But the first movie that I've been watching a lot is a fucking tearjerker for me. And it's called Untamed Heart. It stars young, very vibrant Marissa Tomei. And, of course, Christian Slater.
Marissa Tomei.
But also stars, I think, one of the most funniest people ever, Rosie Perez. Again, there's one scene in there. She goes, and it's funny, dude. It's really fucking funny, honestly. But it has its moment. It's real bad. Spoiler alert. I actually posted on Facebook. I don't know if you've seen it. That I was having a date night, movie night with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then John just went down on the bottom and says, "Hey, spoiler alert. He dies." And I was just like, "What a dick."
Classic Dick John.
Oh God, John. But you know, it's a real good movie for me. I bust in tears. I cry and I laugh, and it's actually a real good movie. It's a good movie if you want to be on a date and all that, and you just want to be romantic, you know, want to show her your gruesome side. That's it. I know watching movies is pretty fucking fun, but you know what else is fun, man? Right here. The joysticks.
Talking about video games?
Oh, I'm talking about that video game. If you don't have carpal tunnel right now, you're not a gamer. I do too. And
I wouldn't consider myself a gamer, but
I wouldn't either. Yeah, I said I'm not that hardcore gamer with that fucking wristband.
But something I have been playing, and I have been playing since it came out, is Overwatch.
Overwatch?
Yeah, I know you got some Loot Crate stuff, like.
Yeah, I had got my Winston Rampage shirt.
Yeah.
And then I think I had got a plush doll. I'm not too sure. I gotta remember.
I've been playing that since it came out back in 2016. I mean, I still fucking suck at it, but...
Isn't there an Overwatch 2?
That's coming. They haven't really announced a release date for it, but... yeah, that's in the works, Overwatch 2. It's gonna be more...
I think a lot of release dates I got pushed back.
It's gonna be more PvE based.
Really?
Yeah, because Overwatch it's a hero first-person shooter game, so you're like in a team of 6.
Okay.
And then your objective is usually to like, take a point, or you have to move a payload. So it's a competitive game. Yeah, I've been playing it since it came out. I still suck at it, but I play like pretty much every character. But I try to play tanks.
But on Overwatch, who's your best character to go with?
I'd probably say Soldier 76. He's like your classic shooter character. So he's got like the assault rifle, and he's got like a little heating station. So
okay.
That also keeps him like alive longer. I usually do pretty good with him, but like I said, I try to stay with the tanks. So like you have Winston, Orisa, Reinhardt, which I'm trying to practice on right now, trying to get better at him, and then Sigma, he's like the newest tank that came out.
Okay.
And he's pretty good too. Zarya, I've been playing with her more because she can do like a lot of damage if you know how to use her. And then like my original main tank that I used was Roadhog, basically just a big old fat dude. He'll hook you up and then kill you with like one shot. So that's why I use him. But anyways, So like all my picks are like pretty casual.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't think anyone would consider Overwatch like a hardcore or a sweaty nerd game. So it's kind of like a more casual FPS. I might get some shit in the comments or something, but I don't know. So the next one is Minecraft.
Oh God, no!
Which I'll probably get shit on too, but it's actually pretty fun. Like if you just want to chill and like you put a podcast in the background,
yeah,
you can just like be like 2 hours playing Minecraft and building something.
I have been seeing a lot on YouTube. The people who are playing Minecraft, they fuck up.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Like,
well, they do it for entertainment purposes. When I play, I just like I have an objective in mind. Like I'm gonna build this, or I'm gonna go find this, or you know, like I've pretty much done like everything that there is to do on that.
okay.
And by the time this episode comes out, they're gonna release a new patch,
Oh.
which is called the Nether Update. What that is pretty much like there's a portal that you can build. It takes you to like a hell level or something.
Are you super very quicker into devil or what?
It's pretty much like a realm where it's like surrounded by lava and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's actually pretty cool, but like there really wasn't a purpose to go there other than like collect blaze rods. But with this new patch, they're gonna add a whole bunch of stuff. So
Alright.
by the time this episode comes out, it'll be already out.
So, you tune in for that.
The next one is Grand Theft Auto 5. So all my picks are like pretty old. I still play like these are games that you can just pick up and like play for like 5 minutes and then like do something else.
Yeah, I mean GTA 5. I played Vice City, and then I played 4 and 3.
Yeah. So like during the isolation period, we played the main missions.
Okay.
I redid all that. And then I tried playing some of the online stuff. If you're brand new playing the online stuff, you're not gonna like it because you'll get like fucking destroyed by everything.
Oh God!
And there's so many like vehicles that can just like wreck you like real bad.
You know my favorite thing to do in Grand Theft Auto?
What?
Is to get a hooker, do what we gotta do in the car, and then kill her and get my money back.
But yeah, the online if you're brand new starting off in GTA Online, like, you're not gonna have a good time. Next one, I'll just move through these real quick. Is Pokemon Go.
I know I'm not gonna crash on you on that because I have done it too.
Yeah, I just got really into Pokemon Go from a bunch of friends. I started playing it and they're like, hey, you should play this. You should download the app or whatever on your phone. And at first I was like, fine, I'll do it just so you can like
shut up.
Yeah, shut up and leave me alone or whatever. But I got hooked on it and I'll log on every day and the challenges or whatever. So I'll do that.
What are your Pokemon that you have?
I have a whole bunch of stuff, but like the main ones that I use for battling and stuff is like I have an Alakazam, Aerodactyl, Heatmore. He's a newer Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks kind of like a mole with like volcanoes sticking out or something.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and then Maneater. The last one I'll talk about. I know you'll have some more stuff to say about Maneater, but I haven't actually played it. What I've done is watch people play it.
Yeah.
I started off just kind of like Maneater. What's this? Like, there's this one YouTuber that I watch called the Red Red.
Oh, you watch Red Red too?
Yeah. So.
Bro, I've been watching him since he came out with Prototype 2. Bro, that's how bad I've been watching him.
So I watched him play it, and then he was kind of taking too long, so I was like, I'm gonna watch a streamer play it, and I watched this other guy. I don't know his name, but he went in 100% of the game.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, the other guy I was watching.
So he became a Megalodon.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. But I actually, yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you take it from here?
So you know what? Like I said, we're gonna talk about Maneater, but guess what, guys? You gotta watch episode 2 for that. Anyway, speaking about video games, I'm normally like you. I don't play video games as much, but during this whole isolation, my hand was cramping from masturbation, bro. So I had to go to somewhere else. So actually, let me go ahead and go off. I started redoing the whole Uncharted series. Now, you haven't played Uncharted, right?
No.
Alright, so it's an action-based kind of RPG game. It's really good, honest truth. It has like a great storyline. I played it all the way to the fourth, Thieves End.
I've seen bits and parts of it. Like you have this hook weapon, right? Like
Yeah.
This little like grappling hook thing.
Yeah, that's on the fourth one. And it's actually pretty good, dude. Like, it has a good storyline. There's a fifth game called Lost Legacy. I haven't played that yet, but it's actually a pretty good series. If you ever want to play it, you gotta play it. But I think it's only for PlayStation. But I'm not too sure they cross multi-platforms anymore. It's on that one. Second game I got, and I've been playing nonstop, and I actually made about 4 characters. I gotta show you the characters. Because you're gonna laugh.
That's gonna be there'll probably be an episode on its own.
Yeah, but this game is called WWE 2K20.
The shittiest one.
No, come on, no. It's actually, I don't mind it.
You don't mind the bugs?
I don't mind it. There's, with the lagging, and like, if you do like an 8-man tag team match, it fucking lags. There's some lagging right there.
You know they said they weren't gonna make any more 2K games because of the 2K20, right?
I don't care, but guess what? AEW's gonna come out with one.
Oh yeah.
I played it because I created my characters. Like I said.
That's the fun part about it.
Yes, and I gotta show you them. They're pretty. I made them all overpowered, so I can even kick Braun Strowman's ass and Brock Lesnar. But after that, after I started playing that game, I played another game that I got really interested in, and it stars Norman Reedus and my hero, my favorite director ever, Mr. Guillermo del Toro, and it's called Death Stranding. Now, have you seen like footage of this game?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's like really weird. Like the main guy has like a little baby backpack and like cable.
And you're a package delivery guy, and you got to go out and find all these packages. It's not bad because the storyline, it's confusing, but you kind of get drawn in. But you know what I love about this game, dude? Is that when you start going out to the fields and getting packages and doing all these missions, it expands where you can see a wide open view of the landscape. And honest truth, it has like a great soundtrack. It's all these indie musicians, and they're pretty good. You gotta, like, if you ever get to see it, like, you gotta watch it again. It's pretty fucking amazing.
Well, it is developed by Kojima.
Yeah. Oh my god. And
so, like, you have the combination of Kojima and then Guillermo del Toro. So it's like, I think it's probably like the perfect combination they could have done for the game.
It is, and Guillermo del Toro is a great writer. He's written so many good movies. He's won an Oscar for Shape of Water. Like, if you see it, it's an amazing storyline. But you know, Death Stranding, it kind of hurts after a while. So I actually went into this next game, and I haven't played it in forever. And it's actually Watch Dogs, the Watch Dogs series. I fucking love it, dude. I fucking love hacking into people, stealing money, finding these things. And you know what's good about this? It kind of reminds me of my job that I do. That's going to be a whole nother segment I'll probably get into later in another episode. But it's actually a good series. It has a good online series too. Like, it has a good open world thing.
So you can play like against other people?
Yeah, you can play against other people, but they're called hackers, and you gotta kill them or hack them before they do you, and then it's fun. Another series that I've been playing, and this is the series I started off with, Assassin's Creed. Okay, so I know a lot of you are like, oh, fuck Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed's pretty good. It's kind of like you have to invest your time in it, because it's like one of those kind of games where, like, once you start getting into it, you want to collect everything.
Yeah, and it's also story driven, man. And
which one are you talking about?
I played all the way through. I'm playing up all the way to Black Flag. I have Odyssey. I have all the others. I have Syndicate.
What's good about Assassin's Creed 2 is, like, a lot of times they'll make their games free, so you can just download them and they'll be like, you'll have them for life or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So I know they made Odyssey, and I think they also made Black Flag free.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah, they did, and it's an amazing. Honest truth, I love the storyline. I love where it goes. Of course, you know, they're coming out with a new one, Valhalla. I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but it looks very epic.
They'll always have Assassin's Creed game because they can always pull stuff from history and, like, just like.
Yeah, and they've done it, and I have to say, the American Revolution storyline is honestly, I love it. I honestly do. I love going in the woods. I love hunting. And I love killing people with a fucking tomahawk, dude. It's fucking awesome. So another segment that we want to go into, guys, is that what we're trying to do here is bring you a little bit of news from stuff that we like movies, video games, and so on. But there's something I want to talk about. And actually, there's two things I want to talk about. And one of them has to do with the new Spider-Man game. I don't know if you heard, but it's Miles Morales. It's called Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now,
honestly, when I saw like the trailer, it kind of gave me goosebumps.
You know what I was thinking? Remember that time we went to go see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? Well, you know what I remember about that movie so hard, and I still cry to this day? Stan Lee's appearance.
I'm not gonna lie, I honestly did tear up a little bit when I saw that.
Like, when he just comes in and he just says, yeah, I'm gonna miss him too. We were best friends. And I was like bawling. But you know what? Insomniac had announced that there's gonna be a new Spider-Man game. And it's debuting holiday 2020 along with the new consoles.
Hopefully.
So, PS5, have you seen the design for it?
Yeah, a lot of people rip on it.
Yeah, I've been ripping hardcore.
It looks pretty much like his standalone fan that we have back here.
But also, Xbox is coming out with a new Series X. So that's what they're doing. They actually pushed back this to go along with that series, with the new holiday 2020. The thing is that, but it looks like someone else is going to be wearing the thing, and of course we said Miles Morales, but we're still going to have Peter Parker training him. And they also kind of added stuff from what the previous game did. Yeah. This is what one of the designers on there called Brian Horton, he actually talked to, where did I get this, Newsweek. So he had talked to them. He has said that Miles is a multicultural background, reflects a more modern, diverse world, and we wanted to give players a new story and a new set pieces, fresh villains, and of course a unique guest across Morales' New York City. Now, this story, going so far, is we're going to see Miles Morales kind of take up the mantle. And you know what that makes me think? Are we going to see Peter Parker's death in the game? And that's what, are we going to have our Uncle Ben moment with Miles? So, this is the downfall about this game. So, they said that the story so far, the new game, will continue after the events of the first Spider-Man game that came out. Miles will be under the monitorship of Peter Parker, of course, for a year. Morales will be a unique from Parker, so he's going to get his new suit. They haven't released it yet. They said they're going to release it, I think, October. They're going to kind of give a glimpse and image of it. He's going to have his new powers, which we've seen in the movie, invisibility and electricity. But here's the downfall, a shorter storyline. And that's what's going to kill him. Because if you played Spider-Man, it had a great storyline. Like, it was good. And now this kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you played Titanfall, but the first game had a lengthy storyline, but the second one didn't. Like, it just shot in. But that's one of the news I want to talk about for video games. Another one is movies. Now, how do you feel about horror movies nowadays?
I feel they focus too much on like scares,
all that. I feel like it's bullshit.
Yeah, like all the paranormal stuff.
So check this out. There's a new movie coming out, and this one is, I feel like it's gonna be different. So it's called Antlers. And Antlers is inspired by a short story that's called The Quiet Boy. It was a course of a short story available that you can read online on a magazine called Greenwich. We'll probably put it in the description. So the movie was set to release this past April, but during this whole isolation period, they had to push it back because of that. So this movie's going to start casting Kerry Russell, which I'm excited to see, because I don't know if you know who Kerry Russell is. You may know her. She came out on another movie called Dark Skies. This is going to be a horror sci-fi thriller genre. She plays a concerned teacher about one of her students, and apparently he's hiding this kind of supernatural figure in his house, and she starts to worry, and she has a brother who's a cop, and he tries to expect, and then it just, like a series of murders just started happening anywhere. I wonder what can we expect from this movie, because I believe it's going to be story driven, but they have done this so much trailers that it's gonna fuck us over. And I feel like, I hope it is story driven, but we don't know yet. But it is set to release, I think, later next year, the early.
Okay.
But other than that, guys, I want to thank you so much. Well, that's it for the show, and we want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time to check us out. This is going to be the first episode of the Gruesome Element. Now, if you like what you see, please subscribe, click that bell button, hit that like button, leave a comment down below so let us know how we're doing, what suggestions you can give us, and of course, boys and girls, don't be a stranger. Let's try to get this channel going. But other than that, do you have anything that you want to add?
Make sure you follow us on social medias, which we're going to be setting up very soon.
I think probably after maybe like the second episode, we're going to start doing that.
Yeah.
And we're going to want people to suggest stuff, but guys, guess what? You got to wait till the second episode to hear all this stuff, what we need to talk about, and later on. But thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys later. I am Majin Drew.
This is your boy Eddie Gein.
And we want to say, fuck you.